All right, here with head coach Rob Talley, heading into week 5. New Haven comes to town. I guess with New Haven, it's the last couple of years always come down to that last possession. It's been really a good matchup, good game. The last here in the series history with these guys.
Yeah. It's always a tough opponent. It is the first thing, and I think really even you go back 3 years ago. Where we really, real competitive. We were competitive in the first half, and then, 3 years ago we lost it in the second half. So it's really been a good game, and it's really built ever since the nationally televised game, where the emotional piece of it and the competition piece of it has really grown from year to year. So we're expecting another really tough game, and they're really good football program with some really good personnel.
Let's look back real quick with Merrimack. Came with a really kind of an impressive win when you think about the fact that you're down early and you came back, and then they kind of answered late, and then you were able to put it away in the last couple of minutes. Just talk about what you guys have been able to pull from that, and hopefully build off moving forward.
Well, we talked about in order for us to win the game, we'd have to win it as a team. Just so, defensively we were on the heels a little bit in the first quarter, but there was no panic, and I think the blocked extra point and returning for 2 was huge, just because it gave us a little momentum, even though we were just scored on. So it really brought us back a little bit, and it's just staying together as a team. Because stuff's going to happen. You're going to have the highs and lows of the game of football, and you just want to make sure you're staying together as a team, and then it gives you a chance, come late in the game. So we'll need to lean on that experience, and I think offensively we were able to pick it up again. We were able to pick it up to support the defense a little more, and we need to keep on doing that, because once again, our defense, in my mind, is playing championship caliber defense. So now we need to just give them the support they need from offense and special teams, and we should be in good shape.
You made the switch at quarterback. Tom Sadesky, a sophomore, came in. What did you see from him? And obviously, work for him for building forward for this week.
Well, the biggest thing we did is after AIC game, we opened it up. We just said, okay, we're not making enough plays at the quarterback position. So we really opened up in practice, and Tom was really able to just take it and really do a lot of things, make the right decisions. I mean, we talked about it, first and foremost, at the quarterback position, we have to make the right decisions. Now, do you have the ability to be able to make the throws that we need to make? And I think he showed he definitely has the ability to make those throws. So it was more of a mental thing, and he did a really good job from a decision-making piece. And once again, I think it gets tougher and tougher, because now people have you on film, and they're going to make adjustments to what you're doing. So he's going to have to keep on adjusting, keep on getting better.
A couple of award winners came out of the game. Nate Robitaille, Special Teams Player of the Week in the conference. We talked so much about what he does as a receiver and how much of a game changer is there, but he was able to take that on to the special team side on Saturday night and provided that spark with the game-winning touchdown.
Oh, the biggest thing with him is, we told him going into that last kick, hey, we need to get in a field goal range here. That's the biggest thing, so catch the ball and get up the field. And as the guys did a great job blocking for him, but he's so dangerous with the ball in his hands. And so him being a punt returner for us, and if we can get some fieldable kicks, he's definitely a weapon I think teams are going to have to prepare for.
Defensively, like you mentioned, defense really playing championship caliber. One of those guys really kind of leading that is Sterry Cotterton. He was Defensive Player of the Week, 11 tackles, 2 more block kicks, which he's certainly shown a knack for that. Just how about his game, and then kind of what he means for you on the defensive side.
Sterry's probably one of the best football players. I've been around him in my coaching career. Really understands the game of football. Sees the big picture. It's like having another coach on the field, and he really kind of takes it upon himself to really help a lot of the younger guys out. And he's a great open field tackler. So when you put all those things together, and him being a captain for us, he's just doing a really good job of taking that position and really just running with it, and really leading by his example. So he's a guy we rely on. As I said, he's a good football player, and I always thought it was interesting. He was a second-team All-Conference guy, which I thought was a joke, because I thought he was a first-team All-Conference kid. and he's showing the fact that he's an all-conference type player.
Is the other thing with him that kind of fuels him a little bit, maybe that slight? Because I would 100% agree with you. I thought that was the biggest short sight on the all-conference teams last year, where I thought he was clearly, along with Brian, your two best defensive players.
Well, the thing with Sterry, and the great thing, he and maybe he kind of has that chip on his shoulder, but he doesn't talk about it. He just plays. He just wants to win, and that's first and foremost. And he'd rather win than be all conference. And that's really his focus. So he's just working really hard and trying to get better. Trying to get better every practice.
We mentioned New Haven coming in. I know this is 1-3 next to their record, but I think I'm taking the approach with I'll believe it when I see it. So just talk about them coming in and the challenges they present.
Well, I think the first thing you have to do is you have to look at their schedule. They played a really tough schedule. They played Westchester, which is a top 10 team right now. That's really well, and they played them tight. That game came out the fourth quarter. They played Assumption, and that game was a close game going into the fourth quarter. And Assumption just played really hard and made a few more plays than they made. And then then they really went to the Bentley game and were able to turn around, score some points, and come away with a big victory at the end. So, and before that, LIU Post, playing at LIU Post down there is a tough deal, and it was raining, and so there were definitely a lot of circumstances surrounding it, plus a really tough schedule. So I think their best football is definitely ahead of them. They're a really good 1-3 football team, and that could easily be a 3-1. It could easily be a 4-0 record, and really that's the way we're approaching it going into this game.
They bring a new head coach, but I guess still has that BU connection there with Chris Pinsence. Do you see a lot of the same type of stuff?
I think it's different. I think when you look at when Pete Rossmano was there, he was an offensive lineman, so there was a little different makeup to what they did, and Chris Pinsence was a quarterback, so there's a little different makeup there, but he's doing a real good job with them offensively, and they're just so skilled. And I kind of followed him a little bit from when he was the offensive coordinator at Holy Cross to when he went down to Rhode Island. So, and he's had success at every one of his stops. So. So it's definitely it's a different team, but a lot of the same type of athletes that are out there, and they just run a little different scheme. But to me, it's the same New Haven type squad.
What do you? I guess it was nice for you not to have to worry about the turnover. Look at the 0 on the turnovers last week. I'm going to assume that's still going to be a key for this weekend. So what are your 3 keys for?
Well, I think the biggest thing is being able to run the football. I think if we're able to run the football, it takes a little pressure off the quarterback position, the need to make every play. So, but we might have to throw it to be able to run it. So, but we really have to get some things going offensively. Turnovers are huge. Really on both sides of the football. Defensively, as good as we've been playing, we haven't been coming up with a ton of turnovers. So we really need to do that. And offensively, we have to take care of football, especially with a chance of rain on Saturday. That's going to be even a bigger priority for us from a ball security standpoint. So. And then third downs. I think last week was the first week offensively where we've been a lot better on from a third down percentage standpoint, and that kept drives going, and that kept us on the field, kept our defense off the field. So those are the big things, and I'm probably gonna add a fourth in there because of the red zone. If you go in the red zone, you got to score. And we showed the first few weeks where we made trips into the red zone, we just came over with no points. So when we get in the red zone, we need to come over with points.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations on the win last week, and good luck on Saturday night.
Thank you.